Peace. $1.50. Told G what it is. Told G being 2000. What it is being the rest. Sounds live. Peace. $1.50. Yo, I'm studying. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of studying. I'm practicing to be able to use the 1DX Mark II Canon camera. You know what I'm saying? The Mark II 1DX Canon camera is a complex tool. It has all these different functions, and you know if you don't apply, it's a sports camera. Actually, it's a sports camera. I seen them doing filming when I first saw it. I saw it on Amazon, and they was filming rodeos. They was filming race car drivers. They was filming motorcyclists, bicyclists, people running track. All these different bicycle stunt people. Doing stunts on bicycles. So it's an action camera. So the technology aligning with the actual videos or pictures that you take, it's all these different features. Autofocus this, autofocus that, manual this. You can record in RAW. RAW is supposed to be more advanced because you can manipulate the colors and stuff like that. Well, JPEG is pretty much auto. Everything is auto. I prefer JPEG. The reason I prefer JPEG because if I spend the money on the technology, I prefer JPEG to be exactly what I'm supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? If I use manual and go raw, then I should be able to create what's more than what's there, sure. But right now, JPEG. You know what I'm saying? My intro is gonna be JPEG because JPEG is what I'm putting out. It's the money I'm paying for the technology. That's what it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to be fresh in their minds about Paxlovid pill being in Amazon with that level of precision. With that level of precision, Paxlovid pill being in Amazon, where you detect COVID-19 early, and 5 days later, COVID-19 is eliminated after you take the pill. It's a pill, you take it orally by mouth, and it being that feasible, that easy to take the pill, I prefer it to be in Amazon, and you may have a prescription from a doctor or something like that after detecting you have COVID-19 after the party or after the rally, after the festivities of spring break. It don't take much. It don't take much. COVID-19, all of the migrants, they supposed to be having a big deportation of the migrants that's in the country, right? But what about COVID-19? You can't deport COVID-19. They're not telling you all of that. They just letting you believe that all these migrants coming in the country, and it's no flip side. The flip side is they bringing COVID and leaving COVID, and people not being able to leave because they dying. That's the flip side. If you catch COVID and die, if you a migrant, then all your efforts to come to the United States are gone. So I want everybody to keep it fresh in their minds. Paxlovid at Amazon is more feasible than even if it was a migrant coming in the country, they would have access to Paxlovid at Amazon, where if the doctors just said, your symptoms look like COVID-19 from last night, along with your early detection test, you have the option to live. You don't just die as a migrant or somebody that hasn't taken the vaccine. And I'm under intense scrutiny right now. If I say the one wrong thing, they strike my video from the records. It's happened. You know what I'm saying? They strike my video from the records. If I'm not telling you what's real, some kind of way, any kind of way, or I make a 30-minute video and it gets under the scrutiny of YouTube. your video gets stripped from the channel, YouTube Corporation. I post my videos and it'll say 1 view. I don't know who's behind it, but whatever the difference is, it looks like somebody's recording my videos. This is how it looks. Recording my videos and making money off my content and leaving my videos with 1 view. That's what it looks like. I'm just, this is my opinion, because my content is crazy. Now, I'm still doing the hip hop headquarters ultimately. When I'm doing vaccine distribution, I'm not just selling bananas and have banana money. I'm not just selling apples and have apple money. I'm not just selling oranges and have orange money. The hip hop headquarters is going to have hip hop sick pay, hip hop retirement, hip hop bail, hip hop training. Nobody's being trained in hip hop. They just showing up to make the money and buy the jewelry. They're not being trained for, in hip hop. I'm doing a hip hop courtroom, hip hop temple, where there's some guidance along the way for hip hop. Right now there's no guidance. It's just there's a Reverend Run, but he doesn't have a temple. He doesn't have a headquarters. He doesn't have a platform to guide hip hop, to guide all of hip hop. Hip hop is worldwide. Hip hop isn't local. Hip hop isn't just in the United States. Hip hop is worldwide. So when you have a platform to guide hip hop worldwide, universally, McDonald's has a headquarters. McDonald's is worldwide. Burger King has a headquarters. Burger King is worldwide. Wendy's has a headquarters. Wendy's is worldwide. Food chains are worldwide. They're not just local. So when you got a food chain that's worldwide, and you got hip hop where you influencing people's minds and they don't have any other guidance other than you dropping out of school and coming up with your lingo, that's crazy in real life, because how's the blind going to lead the blind? You obviously watching the blind lead the blind. So that's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I've been studying, I've been studying, and I've been studying this camera where the Canon 1DX Mark II is a dangerous camera. It's a dangerous tool. Not dangerous, but without studying, without training, you have technology in your hands. Listen, I could film a dog barking, chasing somebody around. That's how the camera films. Repeated pictures. It films in video. You can film in video, but if you take a picture, it's like that. Picture after picture until it's like a little movie in picture format. And the idea behind it is no in betweens from picture to picture. You got dog barking with his mouth open in one picture, and then the slob shooting out of his mouth on the next picture. Then the next picture, he got somebody by the leg. In the next picture, they beating him in the head to get loose. Just from picture to picture, there's no in betweens. That's the idea behind it. It's like a chain of events being filmed, recorded, but it's an advanced piece of technology. And this camera is not a new camera. It's far from new. The technology was in the future. It was from the past, but it was made so advanced in the past to show up now that it's a flagship camera. It's a flagship camera, and it costs. It costs like a flagship camera because it costs more than the Nikon. The Nikon, his autofocus was a little, outdated. The autofocus was a little outdated, but based on filming and vlogging and, getting things done, the Nikon was crazy because I could take a deck of cards, throw on the Wi-Fi, and take pictures with a deck of cards, run straight through the deck of cards, put anything, New York Stock Exchange, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, I can put anything in between, and a deck of cards will just fly through through Twitter with a precision of a deck of cards. The hierarchy started showing up, kings and queens, Women's Tennis Association, everything was in the same place. But when I tossed it, it was based on, this is why I tossed it. I'm gonna give you a fresh idea in your mind of why I tossed it. I was making a purchase of a drone. I made a purchase of a drone. When I made the purchase, it didn't function the way it did normally when I first had the drone. When I first had the drone and was on Capitol grounds, it functioned differently. So when it didn't function the same, I returned it. When I returned it, they said what we need you to do is drop it off, and we'll put your money on the gift card. I said, okay, I'll just buy a gimbal instead of putting it on my original payment method because I saw a gimbal I wanted. So the gimbal was supposed to go with the Nikon. So after they told me to drop the drone off, I dropped the drone off, and then after I dropped the drone off, then they said, well, call us and we're going to put the money on gift card. I called them and they said, well, in 3 hours, you should get your money on gift card. So I waited 3 hours, and then they said, well, you have to wait until we receive it. After I waited 3 hours. Then after I waited 3 hours, and they said that I had to wait until they received the item from dropping it off. After they told me my instruction, after they said that, then they received the item a few days later. I had to wait a few days before they received it. Then when they received it, then they said, well, we got it. Now we need to scan it in. I said, you just told me to drop it off and, wait 3 hours and, told me what you told me. Now we need to scan it. So this may take a couple of weeks now, is what they told me. When they told me that, I had to wait a couple of weeks after they told me what they told me, like led me on to believe something that wasn't real. I said, this Canon camera, I just went through a deck of cards and I can't let it bog down waiting for a gimbal, waiting to purchase a gimbal. I said, I'm gonna toss this camera as soon as it was a Sunday. I said, I'm gonna toss this camera as soon as Monday get here, I'm gonna toss it. When I tossed it, it was Monday. As soon as it was Monday, I tossed it. When I tossed it, I said, how much is that camera? It was a camera that I'm speaking out, the Canon 1DX Mark II, the sports camera. I said, how much is that camera? And they gave me a price. And then first they said there wasn't no lens with it. I said, there's no lens with it. How I'm gonna buy a camera with no lens? So I said, make sure you don't have the lens because I like that camera. He said he went and checked to see if he had a lens. He said, I got a lens. This is the lens for it. I thought I didn't have the lens for it. So he had the lens for it, and I bought it. I bought it at a steep price. Not a steep price, a fair price for the technology. Even if it was an older option, it's advanced. It's advanced. It's real big, and it's advanced in the same place. And what happened was when they returned the drone, I didn't wait for the drone refund to go through before I bought a new camera. I bought the new camera before the drone refund went through. So I had the money to buy a new camera. I didn't even get money from the purchase from tossing the Nikon. My whole thing was, I just ran through a deck of cards, and I didn't want it to go in negative. I didn't want it to break or nothing, because it wasn't designed to go through no deck of cards and and start aligning with kings and queens. It wasn't designed for that. It wasn't that. It didn't look like the camera that I'm about to purchase. The camera I'm about to purchase is clearly within reason of doing something like that, but I'm not doing that. The platform that I created with the Nikon is what it is. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go backwards and start doing cards again. I'm not doing that. Now, I got to generate I got to push the Canon 1DX Mark II on the same platform that I'm generating now, on the same platform, because I'm doing the packs of it at Amazon. Ultimately, I'm doing Hip Hop Headquarters because I don't want banana money with packs of it at Amazon. I don't want orange money at packs of it at Amazon. I want Apple money for packs of it at Amazon. That's just a certain type of money. And when I'm doing vaccine distribution, summer, fall, winter, spring, Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax in the same place with 24 hours in a day and night, 364 days in a year, and the Ankh on the same page. When I'm doing vaccine distribution that way, I'm clearly within reason of being in that place. But that's like banana money. You're selling bananas. It's like you selling oranges. You're selling, it's a certain type of money. You get a car, and I'm still doing automobile industry also. I'm doing automobile industry. It's just a universal platform. It sounds like I'm going in many directions, but it's a universal platform. The platform that I'm using to generate what I'm generating, when I'm saying packs of it at Amazon, it's vaccine distribution. When I'm saying Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax, it's also vaccine distribution, but it's a different branch. When I'm doing one branch of vaccine distribution, it's on paper. Like when I put Canon camera on paper, I'll take north, south, east, and west and put it on paper with 13 locations and times, 0 through 12 on the clock, 0 being in the same place as 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way around the clock. I'm taking that and putting it on a piece of paper, day and night, 4 seasons, my signature, my social security number, and the 4 vaccines, the 4 primary vaccines. I used to say FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, and DHL in my process. But if my process gets detailed enough, I won't always include the carriers of the vaccine. But I have carriers included in the vaccine also. I haven't forgotten the carriers, because you have to have a catalyst to get the vaccine to its location. You can't just have the vaccines and no way to get them to the people. So FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, and DHL is 4 primary delivery organizations that's going to be responsible for my process being 100%. I have a plaque with the process on it. So I'm not changing my mind, and I'm not doing too many things at once, because Paxlovid pill is only one direction of vaccine distribution intent. Paxlovid pill is Paxlovid 911, Paxlovid pill, Paxlovid.com, and when I'm on Twitter, it's crazy when I'm on Twitter, because somebody could say, well, what about this? And I say, That's what infiniti is for, you know. And it'll be like the chemistry be crazy like that. Like, you know, something can come up and it'll be Congress, it'll be the White House, it'll be the United States Police Department, it'll be the New York Police Department, it'll be the Virginia courthouse, it'll be the New York courthouse, it'll be the Supreme Court of the United States. It's crazy on Twitter. No, I don't look like I'm all over the place either. It looks organized. So as organized as it gets, then you have the Canon 1DX Mark II. That platform is in one place by alone. The Canon 1DX Mark II is so advanced from its time that I can compensate for the difference of being in 2G24 and using that technology. Pretty much watch what happens. Watch what happens. You saw the Nikon and you was like, yo, you didn't know what to say when you saw the Nikon. At first it looked like it was out of date, like it was an older camera, you know, because remember it couldn't focus at first, and you know, but cameras are different. Cameras have different characteristics where one may focus and you don't have any problems with seeing the person, you know, vlogging or anything like that, but it doesn't do anything. You have a camera that has it's advanced, but what does it do? What does it accomplish? You might vlog and buy a car or, you know, something like that, but what does it do? What is it? Where's the vaccine distribution? Where's the hip hop headquarters? Where's the OSHA, the safety training? Where is everything? So, you know, it does good for, you know, t-shirts, but it doesn't do good for, you know, mainstream, you know, YouTube Corporation. YouTube Corporation is, you know, you're under intense scrutiny. You say one wrong thing, we striking your video from the records. They do me like that, and I don't say nothing. Because if my content is real, I depend on my content being real. I don't say nothing. I base my content on being real. If they say, well, you misinforming the people medically or psychologically or something, I don't say nothing. YouTube Corporation is battling the mainstream of how things are geared. When I'm talking vaccine distribution, it's migrants at the border. When I'm talking vaccine distribution, it's people in the hospital. When I'm talking vaccine distribution, I'm on Twitter with Paxlovid911.com. When I'm talking vaccine distribution, I'm talking about getting Paxlovid to Amazon, the perfect platform to have Prime membership and the same day get your medication. The same day you order your medication, getting your medication, getting your vaccine. When I'm talking vaccine distribution, I'm in the same place the whole time. When they show up with strikes against my content, I have no idea what they're basing it on, because the people are actually dying. The people are dying when I'm exercising my freedom of speech, First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion, and right to redress the governmental grievances. My First Amendment right of the United States Constitution is what it is. When they strike my content, it's not a copyright strike. They giving me content strike saying my content's not real. That's what they've done it recently. And when they done it, it was like a 30-minute video, and you know, and I went into detail talking about the hip hop headquarters and how I was going to, you know, have Paxlovid at Amazon. And the reason I go into detail like that is so that you be familiar with what I'm saying enough. You can tell if I'm saying what's real. You can tell if the Paxlovid pill was at Amazon, then the influx of patients wouldn't be in the hospitals. They saying, well, where are these influx of patients that you speak of? Ask the doctor if it's real, because the doctor's the one who's determined who lives and who dies. or if anybody dies. The doctor is the one regulating the patients once they get to the hospital. When COVID-19 first hit, they didn't have no regulation process in place for the patients to live and die. They just had trailers out back. Where do you think all these bodies are going right now? Where the people are dying some kind of way, and it's no way to treat all the migrants that are flooding in the country. Now they talking about deporting the migrants from other countries because they entering the country illegally. Now they talking about deporting them. But listen, when they talking about deporting them, how are they going to make it out of the hospital? It's no way to treat all them people in spring break. Right now in spring break, you catch COVID, but it takes some time before you die from COVID. It takes like a week's time before you die from COVID in some cases. So when you have cases like that, and the numbers from early detection and the numbers from full-blown COVID aren't in the same place, when you're at the hospital, a doctor is just one person. A doctor can prescribe medication, and when a doctor prescribes medication, you have to get the medication. You have to go through the process of filling the prescription and following the instructions of the doctor. The doctor doesn't always prescribe Paxlovid. You might have a different form of COVID. You might have full-blown COVID by the time you get to the doctor. Some people don't even know they have COVID. They just know they feel different. So when you have influx of traffic of patients for COVID, and it's no extra stone way of regulating who lives and who dies, the doctor is the only one that knows if I'm saying what's real or what's not real. The doctor is not going to say he just threw a few bodies in a trailer. The doctor's not going to say that. The doctor's going to say, well, you're not going to make it. The doctor's going to say, well, you're going to make it. We're going to spend some money on you. We're going to try and keep this thing going. The doctor's going to say, take this pill. If you don't take this pill, you may get sick. Whatever the doctor tell you, the doctor had the final say so. When the patient arrives at the hospital, that's the end. That's the stop. That's your last stop. You either make it or you don't. And when I'm under intense scrutiny, they hold me accountable for what I'm saying in a way that I can't explain what the doctor's doing if I don't know what the doctor's doing, but I can add. If it's migrants at the border that have never been vaccinated and they entering the country illegally, I can add the same way they can add listening to what I'm saying. But they review what I'm saying and hold me accountable in a way that's not fair based on my constitutional rights of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right to redress the government with grievances, and freedom of press. They violate my rights to some extent, but I don't say nothing. I know what I'm saying is real, and I have the Bible to prove it. When I have the Bible to prove it, I'll take 4 seasons. I'll take day and night. I'll take the hands on the clock, the hands of time. I'll take the calendar, the month of March. I'll put everything in place from page to page. Diamond, spades, heart, club, from page to page, because in the Bible, it's one section for paragraphs, it's the next section of paragraphs, it's the next section of paragraphs, and the next section of paragraphs. That's how the Bible set up. It's 4 sections. I'll put summer, fall, winter, spring. I'll put Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax. I'll put diamond, spades, hearts, clubs. I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 in the same order that I put each one of them in. And it'll be in the Bible. And I'll put the hands of time, the correct time, upload it to Twitter, upload the picture of the Bible where I recorded it, and upload the sometimes I'll upload Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax. Sometimes I'll upload FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, and DHL. Sometimes I'll do all of that. But when I'm flying, I don't put FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, and DHL every time. Sometimes I don't even put Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax. Sometimes I just put the 4 seasons, day and night, the time it is, my signature at the bottom, my social security number, in the Bible. The Bible to prove it. And where the balance is, the balance has yet to surface where I purchased the Canon 1DX Mark II. The balance is yet to surface. I plan on, manifesting what I'm doing with the Canon 1DX Mark II. I plan on manifesting because I did the deck of cards. I did the M50, Canon M50 with the fire trucks, the police cars, and the ambulance. I did that already. When I did Kentucky Fried Chicken, New York Stock Exchange, and McDonald's and Wendy's, when I did that already with the Nikon. So I'm not going to do the same exact thing where I'm manifesting the vaccine distribution process and the hip hop headquarters and the automobile industry the way I prefer. But I'm not misleading the people in any way, like I've been accused of at YouTube. When I was accused of misleading YouTube prior to now, I came up with the YouTube channel 2024 YouTube Corporation. That's my brand. That's my channel name. When they gave me a content strike, I said, well, it's my content versus something that doesn't exist. Some form of regulation against what I'm saying. It don't exist. They trying to regulate what I'm saying, but how you going to regulate what I'm saying if what I'm saying is exactly what's going on? You trying to be in front of, with the storm, but the storm is going to kill people. Get out of the way. If you just want to be relevant, go find somewhere else to be relevant because my content is real. I'm under intense scrutiny. They listen to everything I'm saying. And then when they see fit, when they see the deck of cards has one of the cards off the screen, and what I'm saying in the same place as what I'm usually saying, I get a content strike. And and nobody knows if that's why they gave me the content strike or what the legalities are. They just know their word is the final word. You can appeal, but when you appeal, it's still you're dealing with somebody you never seen before that doesn't have any understanding of what you're actually saying. If they would have told me something that I said, and I would have recited to them what I said, I could see that being more feasible. They give you a content strike, you don't know what they talking about. They saying you misled, you misinforming, your video was misinforming. That's what they told me. My video was misinforming medically about vaccines, misinforming. I said, listen, I'm not going to say nothing. I know my content is real. I'm not going to say anything, and I didn't say anything. I went to Instagram and posted a video on Instagram and left it like that. I didn't follow the video on Instagram. I don't know who's recording my videos. I have no idea. My videos come back with 1 view. I don't have no idea. I post my videos on Twitter. I go to YouTube, post them, upload them to YouTube. Then I go to Twitter and take my channel and share it to Twitter. I share my YouTube video to Twitter after I upload it. 1 view. And the content is crazy to say it's not credible content, or it doesn't have the attention of the audience. You listen to me as I speak. My information transfers outside of decibels. It transfers mathematically. My information, people understand me as opposed to hearing me. When you understand me as opposed to hearing me, you don't exactly hear me in the middle of the night. Right now, it's 4:57. It's going on 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm posting my video early in the morning. Nobody's doing anything else. I'm the only one. I'm not just informing the people. I'm not doing none of that. Let me see. What I'm doing is I'm making sure my platform is manifesting. I'm making sure I'm being established in the mainstream. I'm not rushing 20 videos in the middle of the night like sometimes. Sometimes I'll do videos in the middle of the night and it seems like I'm just posting videos. That's not what I'm doing. As my information resurfaces and surfaces and resurfaces again, that's what I'm doing. I'm approaching the mainstream as more realistically as possible, to get the audience's full attention. Because Paxlovid isn't in Amazon right now. Paxlovid is a pill that was approved by Food and Drug Administration for emergency use. When the pill was approved for emergency use, I immediately said, get that pill to Amazon, and that platform would eliminate the influx of patients at the hospitals. The influx of patients of people just finding out they got COVID from the rallies, from the festivities of spring break, from New Year's, from Christmas, from Thanksgiving. Take all of those people and take their prescriptions and fill them at Amazon, where you get the service the same day if you got Prime membership. Easy to follow. Content strike? These people aren't really dying, or what you saying? What are you saying? You can't be saying anything other than, you just objecting to what I'm saying. Without me saying what I'm saying, you don't have anything to object to. So listen, I'm studying. I'm doing a lot of studying because I need to know if this remote control that I just purchased is the right technology. This remote control needs to be the right technology for the new camera that I'm purchasing, the Canon 1DX Mark II. This is the remote control. It's a wired remote control, and when I press the button on the remote control while I'm talking, I should be able to stop the recording or start the recording. This is what I bought the remote control for. The camera is so intricate that you can program it a certain way and not accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So I have to study and make sure it does what I'm trying to make it do. And it's like when I'm using this remote control, this remote control is for the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 doesn't have that problem. The iPhone 11 doesn't have a problem where the record time, let me see what the record time is. I'm slightly over 30 minutes now. I'm going on 40 minutes of record time. The iPhone 11 doesn't have the problem of what you're recording not being within the time frame of the camera. The camera only records like 30 minutes or something like that, and then you have to reset it and start recording again. But when the difference of that happens, you need technology to match. If I wanted to just press the button and say, I'm going to start again, I need that option. So click on the link, donate. You know what I'm saying? I need you to donate because the resistance that I'm experiencing is local resistance, YouTube resistance, government resistance. I'm experiencing resistance I'm not a church. If I'm talking about having a temple, I'm not a church. I don't have church money. I don't have a communion basket to pass around. But I do have a way to donate money. You can donate to who I am, and I have resources like cameras and technology that I need to get to that place where hip hop does have training. Vaccine distribution does have a process. Right now, there's no process for vaccine distribution per se. When I'm talking about hands of a clock and day and night and 4 seasons and Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson, Novavax, and my signature and my social security number, I'm in the same place as Moderna. I took Moderna. I took the vaccine Moderna. So when I took the vaccine Moderna, I have to be as precise as making sure the vaccine that I have received is real. Click on the link. Donate. You know what I mean? Peace. $1.50. And what it is, following 2 G's. Peace.